Now we will test the prologue of Siege Survival Gloria Victis. I think audio is okay for now. Okay, let's go. Select a story. Erdring's Last Stand. Basic. Main scenario with full introduction tutorials. The prologue offers more than you will see in just one playthrough. Depending on your choices, you will explore different parts. That was the trailer which we saw earlier. Sixth day of summer, the year 1205, Kingdom of Midland. We're just starting harvest when the Izmir struck out of nowhere, catching us off guard. Horns of war sounded throughout Erdring, and the smoke-filled city streets ran red with the blood of the citizens. The savage warriors from Kargald had invaded our home. The town guard fought bravely, but the Izmirs were too many. Before long, the raiders were in the main square and the city center stood in flames. All we could do was send our messenger out to summon aid, while the outnumbered guards focused on protecting the fleeing citizens, workers salvaging supplies. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I guess it depends on what people we have when we start. I mean, workers and supplies are good to have, oder? I mean, citizens maybe also do some good stuff. I don't know. It does take now workers. Knowing the fate of the castle depending on food stocks, the guards gave their lives to help salvage as much as they possible. Would the extra supplies help us survive the siege? It was up to the rest of us. Ach so. Maybe the others would have been workers then. Okay, I thought we'd get workers and supplies. The bloodshed continued unabated. Street by street, square after square, the Izmirs overran the city, murdering anyone who didn't escape in time. Then they prepared their war engines, smashing the gate connecting the town and the castle. We thought things couldn't get any worse when we glimpsed a monstrous figure. The barracks were destroyed. And we glimpsed the monstrous figure. The Kargals were led by their infamous nameless champion. Nothing I'd seen in my whole life was more terrifying than the beast-like figure. We all heard tales of the huge northerners, but nothing prepared us for the sight of this monstrous man walking up the streets of our city, and our hearts were bonded hope. We took shelter in the keep and took stock of the situation. Supplies were limited. No doubt, the Izmirs would soon attack again. The castle, the only part of Erdring still uncaptured, was now under siege. It was up to us to support our soldiers as they fight safe off the enemy until relief comes. The bastion must hold. Welcome to Siege Survival Gloria Victis. Move your character by clicking the left mouse button and at the desired destination. You can move and rotate camera using WASD. Nee, WSAD. Doch, WASD. Okay. And QE keys or the mouse. Now go to the man sitting by the castle wall and talk to him. Is that we? You recognize the man before you. It's Bertram, a local carpenter. You are relieved to see he's arrived. It's clear, however, the events of the last day have scared him in some terrible way. He just sits there, seemingly unaware of your presence, shivering and pressing his hand to his chest. Examine him. As you check him for wounds, you notice something in his tightly clenched hand. The small, scorched doll. You suddenly realize this man has just lost his family. There's nothing you can do for this kind of pain. Still, perhaps a warm meal might snap him out of his state of shock. However, the kitchen was destroyed by Izmir trebuchets. We have to build a fireplace first. All this debris around, you will surely have no difficulty finding firewood and other useful materials. Okay. So you can zoom in if you want. The items you've just collected from the debris pile is in the center window. You can move an item by using the left mouse button or drag and drop to common inventory, or by choosing take in the context menu by using your right mouse button. Take all. Build a stump with sawhorse to chop wood into firewood. Can we... Also with Q and E we can rotate. You can't rotate with the mouse wheel. With the mouse wheel we can zoom, but with Q and E we can rotate. Okay. So here's storehouse. Storehouse. Build stump with sawhorse. Allows you to process logs into firewood. So all the available constructions are listed on the left. You have all the required materials. The building is marked green. Once you select the construction you want to build, you can see its properties on the right. Once you confirm your selection with the button below, choose the construction site location within the castle walls. Any construction can be damaged by the enemy's projectile if it's placed on the exposed area, marked orange in the building mode. You can place it on a safe blue zone, protected by the thick bastion walls, but it's a limited area, so you need to decide which buildings are protected. Okay. Good. Oh, good. Is it blinking here? Chop some wood. This is where you can craft new items. Once you select the scheme for the item you want to craft, you can see its properties on the right. To confirm your selection, use the button below. Some schemes can use a few alternative ingredients. Vegetables instead of eggs, for example. You can change the ingredients to be used with the arrow in the top right corner of the ingredient slot. If you have enough materials, you can choose to craft more units of an item. Okay, we want to craft firewood. Okay. Find some raw food. Cereals, rotten food, eggs, fresh. Spoiled food, but we can still make animal food. Ugh. Build a fireplace using the storehouse. Fireplace. Build. Okay. It's probably some stuff which you can build in the exposed zone, since I guess this is not so tough to rebuild, but just for testing, I thought we just build it now here. Since we are learning the ropes anyway. Make meal using the fireplace. Sure. Nutritious meal needed by the defenders in the bastion. Okay. It's blinking all the time. Worker. Never thought my life could be completely changed within just a day. Yesterday I was simply doing my work around the animals. Now I am the ruins of a castle surrounded by savage invaders. Hoping relief will come. May the forefather protect us in these desperate times. So it stops blinking here. Okay. It's so strange that you can't hold and then rotate the camera. Bertram is still exactly where you left him, shivering and pressing the tattered doll to his chest. His eyes stare absently, pain frozen on his face. It's as though his mind just cannot escape what must have been in this darkest moment. Eat him. He barely notices your presence, but you manage to make him eat. Bite after bite, you can see life coming back into him. Finally, he puts down the empty bowl and falls asleep. It's safe to guess he hasn't once It's safe to guess he hasn't once shut his eyes since yesterday. Let him rest. Bertrand's recovery would be so much better if he had even a simple bed, which you could build with materials lying in the streets. The gate connecting the city to the castle is damaged, but you recall there's a secret passage leading to the city market. You could use it and look for some supplies under the covers of night. But wait a minute. Who is that man standing by the gate leading to the bastion? Talk to the soldier. The soldier standing before you is covered in blood, his eyes dim with exhaustion, the tunic on his armor torn to shreds. Only once he speaks, you recognize Galvik, an experienced garrison member, known and liked by the citizens for his cordial attitude. He is stunned and speechless by the loss of his aunt and nieces, another blow falling on a man already exhausted. But there is no time for grief. Izmir will attack soon, he says. We must resupply before it happens. Then he reveals that a group of soldiers is searching through the city as well, but they still haven't come back. That's why he needs your help. What do you need? We need arrows, he says. Quite a lot of them. Of course, it would take days to craft them from scratch. But how about the Boar's workshop in the city? That's your chance. Hurry, says Galvik. All your lives depend on you. He returns to the bastion. Night has come. Scavenge the city. Scout the enemy lines. Sleep on ground. Sleep in bed. We are set. Okay. Oh. You can make all preparations before entering the city. Feels like this war of mine. There you have also, this, not the same, but this war of mine, you have this side view. And then you're building your house, and not house, but your rooms. You try to resupply to try to survive. And then in the evening, you are also deciding where you want to go and where you maybe want to get food and stuff like that. He can make all preparations before entering the city. The map displayed on the left shows secret paths from the castle. Only one of them is available at the moment, but if you find a way to unlock the others, you'll be able to start your night in different parts of the city. On the top right corner, you can see the backpack of your selected character, each of them having different numbers of slots available. So we have maybe later more characters? Think about what items you would need during the scavenge and move them from your common supplies to the backpack. Torches, shovels, and weapons would be useful choice. Hint, you have one torch. It might be useful. Okay, yeah, it's night. We need a torch, oder? What? Okay. Let's go. You've entered the despoiled city below the castle. You can move faster by double-clicking the left mouse button, but be warned, running is louder, and this is a city under occupation. It's definitely a good idea to move carefully and mind your surroundings. Find materials to build a bed. Wood, cloth, fibers. Searching for arrows. Find the Bower's house. Display map. We are here. Event in the city. Event in the city. Vegetables. Wow. Ja. Na gut. Okay, wieder wie laut, hä? Er trampelt. He's trampling. Das Event. We found the Bower's workshop. Needless to say, the Smiths have been here. The building has been scorched and looted. Its owner hangs from a nearby tree, a dozen arrows sticking from his body. As you gaze on the destruction, a chilling wind reminds you why you're here, to find the arrows for soldiers. Only one way to find out. You prowl through the devastated workshop, looking for the precious arrows among piles of broken parts and burnt out furniture. Time passes, but you can't find any. Just as you're about to give up, you spot a flash in the dark, under a broken roof of beam. Could it be? Yes, arrows for the Bastion defenders. You try pulling them out, but they seem to be stuck under the broken beam. You pull and pull and pull until they're all yours. Suddenly, the dislodged beam collapses on top of you. Oh, nine! On top of you with all of its weight. Pain shoots through your whole body. Ow! It takes you ages to get free. As you leave the workshop, you see something's changed. The Bower's corpse has been taken down. An old woman leans over the body in shade of the tree. She is sobbing, exhausted, and you guess she must be his mother. You'd risk her life to cut her son down and bury him in a shallow grave. The woman struggles to move him, but she hurts herself with the axe under his belt. Help her? Help her? Or take the axe and leave? I would say axe would be really nice, but maybe you can help her, and before we help her, we can take the tool? The woman is startled to see you approach, but you see relief in her eyes as she realizes you want to help. Once the corpse is buried, she gives you a small sack. Ugh. Why could we not take the tool? That does not make sense, oder? So, na gut. What do we have here? We have meat? We still need fibers and cloth. Ah, here we can go back. What's that? Looks like a dirt pile. Greens and fibers. Nice. Now we just need cloth. What's that? We need a shovel. Okay. Vegetables remain fresh until they're picked from the ground. Ach so. We don't have any slots. This is where the gate to the high city, the wealthiest district of the city, used to be. Because the gate struck by a trebuchet projectile has collapsed into rubble. No doubt there would be good pickings on the other side, but it's possible to clear passage. Alas, the rubble is compressed and blocked by several collapsed ceiling beams. The way they are jammed, they could only be moved from the other side of the gate. It looks like the wonders of the famed high city will remain out of our reach for now. Okay, I guess we go now back because we're also injured. Sadly, we did not find cloth. Can we get a map? Huh. Maybe I missed some part. Can we... Oh, okay. There's much more noise. I see, I see. We can fight a bit. I guess we have to find close by the stuff we need. We don't have much more space for that. Slightly tired? Fat? Okay. Maybe find here the items. Ooh. We need space. Materials. Wood. Table. Stone, clay, anything can be used for construction. Valuables. Can we make it like this? So? Okay. A night turns to day. Your character is easily visible to enemies. Patrols to be sent to your location soon. Additionally, scavenging is exhausting work. And soon your character may not be able to become one. Okay, so go back. Yeah. Enjoy, Naya. That sounds num-num. The night was calm. The night was calm, but the enemy assault can come any day. We must be prepared. We should use this chance to help the soldiers at the bastion. Okay. Talk to Bertram. Seems Bertram is feeling much better. The loss of the family had a crushing impact on him that only time can fully heal. Nonetheless, finally, the carpenter has recovered from shock and is ready to rejoin the fight. It was Flint, right? He asked. I remember you visiting my workshop once or twice with Galvik. Thank you for your help. Now we should take care of the animals and find fresh water. Bertram is right. Fresh water is paramount. In a strike of a bad luck, the castle took a direct hit from the trebuchet. Still, maybe if you clear away the debris, you might repair it somehow? You've got to try. Tutorial characters. You've unlocked your second character. You can switch between characters with the tab key or by selecting them directly with the left mouse button by clicking their portrait in the left bottom corner. You can order them to complete different tasks, but remember, you need to take care of their needs. Each character has a different set of strengths and weaknesses, which determine what your survivor excels at or not. You can see these feats in the biography window, along with character's backstory. Oh. Okay, so first, this guy we need to... our supplies. Can I use that? Use, take... Can't we use? What's he doing? Healing. Ah, so he has to go here to heal. Okay, now he's healing. We wanted to craft a bed, oder? Butler's table, workshop bench. Build workbench. Okay. Send arrows to the bastion. Clear the debris at the well. Yeah, okay. I guess we don't make a bed immediately. How do we send the stuff to the bastion? Collect resources? Keep? So here, bastion. You can see reports about upcoming enemy assaults. Sometimes we need to scout behind enemy lines to actually obtain this information. It's important to keep the bastion's strength as high as possible in order to minimize defender losses and wall damage. Use the screen to pass supplies to the bastion. They will be packed and transferred by the active character once you confirmed your choice. Also, here you will see broken equipment which you will have to take and repair. Make sure to check defenders' needs every day and supply them accordingly. You can check how the defense is going. You can see the remaining defenders and their equipment. Your ultimate task is to keep the bastion well prepared to incoming attacks, send arrows to defenders to increase our chances to survive. Ach so. So? Okay. Ach so. Now he's going and brings the stuff? Okay. You can speed up the game or slow. You can see the day of the time. You can you can see how you can do what. How can we make a bed? Crafting. I guess we have to first clean the stuff and then we can make a bed. Nice. And he can switch between the people. So now we are Bertram. Entry. Yeah. Flynn saved me, took care of me when I was broken, and I owe him. But I couldn't save my family and my child. I could only watch as he passed me by, and I still hear their cries, and I can't escape the feeling I failed my family. I can't undo what happened. I must survive and be the best man I can be. Okay. What's that? You got a new character in the castle. Go to destination. Oh, so that's this guy. Okay. And he's dead. Skip time until dusk. Ah, so you can also skip time and you want to just do the evening stuff. Okay. Yeah, cool. The game is nice. Yeah, also the game is nice. I enjoy it. I find it really interesting. As said, it reminds me on This Was Mine, just in a total different setting and with its own unique ideas. But yes, it's not similar, but you know, same that you have to collect stuff, equip and improve your home. In this case, it's our castle, and but yeah, with the unique twists and different characters which you can play and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really interesting. Really nice game. So I would recommend to check it out, guys.